Started out as a consultancy role for the government working on saltwater intrusion on the Mary River, and the longer I did that, the more interested in the science I became. So once that wrapped up, I decided to do a PhD on how the wetlands are transforming due to sea level rise. This is Shady Camp Barrage. This was put here to stop saltwater intrusion going any further. It's been successful at that, but we're going to head downstream where the barrages haven't been so successful and where nature's natural processes are changing the system at a much higher rate. Okay, we're just passing two ways, and on the right here we've got the old channel. It's filled up with sediment and juvenile mangroves are colonising that area. That's due to Shady Camp Barrage being so effective at slowing down the flow. It's caused deposition of sediment down that path. So now the flow gets diverted in the wet season down through Red Lily, which is this channel on the left here, and it looks like the river will flow down that way in the future. This small creek on the left here is called the Cutting. It joins Sampan to Tommycut Creek. It's now impassable due to mangrove growth, but it wasn't that long ago that you could travel through here by boat. This is the river surveyor. It uses sophisticated transducers on the bottom here to measure velocity, and that's used in conjunction with the GPS at the top to calculate discharge in the river channel. The discharge measurements will be used to create a model of this river, and with that we'll be able to predict some of the changes in river flow and salinity due to sea level rise. This is the mouth of Sampan Creek. Aerial photography from the 1940s shows that this creek was only 30 metres wide. It's now widened to over 150 metres and is continuing to widen into a funneling estuary. It's likely that in the future it will look something similar to the South Alligator River in Kakadu. This is the headwaters of Tommycut Creek, about 5 kilometres west of Sampan Creek, and the site of dramatic changes due to sea level rise. I've left the boat as far as I can take it, and now I'm on foot to get in further to some of the most interesting parts of these wetlands. I'm at the headwaters of Tommycut Creek, the site of extensive saltwater intrusion, and it's no surprise people call this the dead forest. This area used to be a freshwater Melaleuca wetland, and it's died off about 30 years ago. What we can see now is mangroves colonising the area as it adapts to sea level rise. And in about a decade's time, it should be a healthy mangrove community. Just looking for the Argonaut. Dropped it off 10 k's offshore about 2 weeks ago. We're just hoping we can find it. Well, I found the Argonaut. What this does is it collects tidal level and velocity data, and I'm going to take this back to the lab and download that data so it can be used in the model of the Mary River. Well, I'm going to keep coming out here for the next 2 years for my PhD, and I hope the findings will help us better understand how rivers around the world are changing and adapting due to sea level rise.